late spring wind? Well, yeah, sometimes it brings a little dust, but it also brought some hard-fought racing. Hey, good Saturday morning to you and welcome to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino. It's Racing Radio here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. As always, I'm your host, Mike Stanhope. Thanks for joining us this morning. Dry, hot winds that unexpectedly kicked up last Saturday did nothing to put a damper on the racing action we witnessed last Saturday night as the IMCA Modifieds, the Pro Stocks, the RV World IMCA Sport Mods, the Fisher Automotive Street Stocks, and the Napa Auto Parts IMCA Hobby Stocks all put on one heck of a show. An off week this week out at the Diamond, but big stuff coming next Saturday when we get ready to go racing again. Memorial Day weekend coming up, and as we race next Saturday night, we'll be doing so in remembrance of those who served and made the ultimate sacrifice. As noted, no racing tonight out at Cocopah Speedway, but plenty to talk about in the meantime as we'll recap last Saturday's action in just a moment, and we'll also be visiting with a competitor who scored a breakthrough win last Saturday, Brawley's Sean Callens, driver of the 33C IMCA Sport Mod. Sean's going to be joining us in just a few minutes as we look ahead to round number 8 of the 2014 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. Well, Budweiser Victory Lane time now. Last look back at the action from last Saturday night, a night filled with a lot of emotion that ran the spectrum of feeling. And we start off, first of all, in the Napa Auto Parts IMCA Hobby Stocks, where Brawley's Amy Teague, driving the number 6, made a couple of nice passes early to get to the lead, and then just kept stretching it from there. Teague to the line first, driving in memory of her grandmother-in-law, Helen Teague, who had passed during the earlier week. The race was Teague's first of 2014.
Thank you so much. This was definitely for my husband and my father-in-law.
An emotional night for the family, most obviously, given the events of the past few days. I know this had to have meant a great deal to you tonight.
Yeah, she was definitely sitting on my foot. So that's the win.
Can you tell us a little bit about the work it's taken to get back out here, the transition into the new IMCA Hobby Stock rule?
It's every day, working on the car, long hours. My husband, my father-in-law, every single day. So long hours.
Teague there in Victory Lane with her father-in-law Kirby and her husband Joey Teague, who is also eyeing a return to race action later on this year. Yuma's Craig Evers in the number 22 and Yuma's Jason Bashirs in the number 64 rounded out the top 3. More emotion in the RV World IMCA Sport Mods, where Brawley Sean Callens, driving the 33C, dueled early with Yuma's Timmy Reese in the number 38, took advantage of a slight bobble by Reese at the race's midpoint, and from there drove off to the Sport Mod feature win.
Thank you, man. I never thought this would happen. This is awesome. All I can thank is everybody that helps me and the practice 2 Sundays ago. I could have never done this without the practice. Thank you.
Callens had quietly been on a streak of improving performance, wheeling the car that was driven to the Sport Mod Championship last year by Ty Rogers, and Callens said persistence pays.
Oh, yeah, definitely. To finish the last 3 or 4 races and trying to make Ty proud. You know, you buy the winning car and you're not very good. It's kind of bad for him, but I'm glad I finally make him proud.
Can you tell us about the middle of that race just a second? Things were really dicey back and forth between you and Reese.
Yeah, I never thought it was going to end, but I'm glad we made it through.
Callens for the victory, his first in the Sport Mods at Cocopah Speedway. Reese finished a strong second with Brawley's Cody Daffern in third. Next in the IMCA Modifieds, the emotion, well, relief perhaps, is Imperial's Lance Maury got to the front early and then stayed there in scoring the feature win.
Unfortunately, tonight I think was more or less a deal of starting position. Since I haven't made 3 laps in the last 2 races, I got the second row, was outside, then it turned to the inside. I got by Jason pretty quick, but I could tell it was going to be a battle because I was a little too tight through the middle, can't really carry any speed, and I figured I got an open motor and everybody else had a crate in, so I was like, well, this is going to be really fun.
Maury for the win with Yuma's Bobby Horton in the number 3 taking second, while Imperial's Steve McCullough finished third in a wild finish behind Maury that saw several cars take an infield trip coming off of turn number 2 on the final lap. Well, in the Fisher Automotive Street Stocks, a streak continued as Chula Vista's Manny Baldivia is driving. The number 77 fended off challenge after challenge in driving to the feature win, his 4th straight.
Absolutely. I saw Noriega there on the outside try to get me on the outside, so it was a drag race, and I had to stay on the throttle. throttle there, and and then after that, it was coming out of turn 2. I felt a lot of pressure there, but I knew that the heat was on, so I needed to relax and hug the inside. And
Valdivia used a nice move down low early in getting to the lead, driving a car that had gone through a rather substantial rebuild after being front-ended a week earlier at an out-of-town race. Alpine's Mike Harlan behind the wheel of the number 7, and Yuma's Joey Essery driving the number 90 took third. That race also marked the finale of the first Cocopah Speedway Fast Times High School Challenge. Drivers in the street stocks racing over the past 9 months for points on behalf of our local high schools, and also giving students an inside look at what it takes to go racing. And taking that challenge trophy representing Cibola High School, it was Adolfo Noriega in the number 35. Tip of the hat to Adolfo, to Cibola, and Brennan Amos for spearheading that program and making it come alive for the students. And finally, we wrap our review this morning in the Pro Stocks. Yuma's Joe Haynes driving the 17Z, scoring his second consecutive win.
That was a good win. That was a tough track to drive. We had to work for it the whole time. It was a working man's track right there.
Haynes, of course, known for running the cushion whenever possible, made it work down low in scoring that victory.
If the car is hooked up, we'll be fast. So just got to get it hooked up.
And low line the place to be tonight.
Yes, it was. If you got up out of that groove, you were going for a ride.
Pushing Haynes hard throughout was Westmoreland's Brent Ashers behind the wheel of the number 21. Ashers right behind Haynes at the line to take second, with Yuma Steve Anthony in the number 14 taking third. More shuffling at the top of the point standings. One consequence of all that action we saw last Saturday night, real Donnybrook developing in the IMCA Modifieds, where the standings at the top have changed yet again. Yuma's Bobby Horton in the number 3, now your season points leader, with Imperial's Maury and the 19 SB moving back into the second spot. Yuma's Ty Rogers in the 8T, the prior leader, all the way back to third after a late race infield dive relegated him to near the rear of the field last Saturday. In the Pro Stocks, Asher still on top, but Haynes closing, while in the Fisher Automotive Street Stocks, Baldivias continues to hold a narrow lead. And in the RV World IMCA Sport Mods, Reese was able to stretch his advantage, while in the Napa Auto Parts IMCA Hobby Stocks, Brent Wofford holds a slim 1-point advantage over Craig Ebers. We'll take a more detailed look at the points coming next Saturday. And with that, we get set for action again next Saturday night, round number 8 of the 2014 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series Memorial Day weekend, a Saturday night special with all 5 local divisions again taken to the clay at Cocopah Speedway. Chase for the season championships just gets hotter and hotter, and we'll of course be getting into more detail next Saturday as we prep for racing again. Well, coming up next here on Laptime Live, we'll visit with a driver who just last Saturday became the 4th driver to score a win in the IMCA Sport Mods in 2014 at Cocopah Speedway. Brawley's Sean Callens. He drives the 33C IMCA Sport Mod, and he is set to join us next here on Racing Radio. Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, brought to you by Cocopah Casino here on Outlaw Country AM 1400.
Need to order stickers? SignPro can produce custom stickers with your logo or business information. Give them to your customers or label your equipment for a great professional look. That's SignPro, 783-7776, or stop by 1702 South Arizona Avenue. SignPro, where they are perfect to the letter.
You just can't do better. The SignPro sign. America comes to SignPro.
The All Clubs Biker Bash is coming up on Saturday, May 31st. 8 local biker clubs are holding the event to benefit Saddles of Joy in Yuma. The cost is $10 for singles and $15 for couples. And that price includes the games. Gates open at LZ Bar and Grill at 6 p.m. and the games start at 7. There will be cash prizes, plaques, and bragging rights. The games include the bike slow race, helmet toss, beanbag toss, and more. Plus, special appearance by cast members from the Sin Mob Motorcycle Club from the hit series on the Discovery Channel. We'll see you May 31st at 6 p.m. at LZ Bar and Grill, 2175 South Harley Drive, next door to Bobby's Territorial Harley Davidson. Please help support Saddles of Joy.
year, visitors from all over the world travel to Arizona and Southern California for many types of recreation. The BLM Yuma Field Office wants to remind all public land visitors of the dangers associated with any military or mining type of ordnance or explosives. The desert Southwest has a rich cultural and historic past that includes numerous contributions relating to a military presence that supported settlement of the West, desert training, and weapons development. This military presence dates back to the 1800s. The Sonoran Desert's mineral-rich ground has drawn prospectors and fortune seekers and is still considered a primary location for individuals looking to strike it rich. Evidence of mining history can be seen at nearly every mountain range in the area. When visiting the desert, if you encounter an item with any explosive or potential explosive danger, you are asked to leave the item in place and do not touch it. Also, leave the immediate area the same way that you approached it. Don't activate electronic devices on or near the explosive item. Once you are safely away from the item, mark its general location with flagging, GPS coordinates, or by some other recognizable means. And please, notify the BLM or any appropriate law enforcement agency by the quickest means available.
Want to know more about Outlaw Country? Check us out online at outlawcountry1400.com. Check out our DJ bios and photos. You can also get the latest Yuma news from news director Jennifer Blackwell, plus the latest entertainment news. We also have fun contests on our website. Check it out today. That's outlawcountry1400.com. And you can find us on Twitter and Facebook. We're listed under Outlaw Yuma. Follow us and like us today. Because, well, we like you. Classic country, your country.
Ford is taking the EcoBoost Challenge coast to coast, asking people like you to test drive Ford versus our leading competitors.
We want to find out which vehicle you prefer, and may the best car win.
Say this. I've never driven a Ford before, and I'm impressed.
They're experiencing the power and efficiency of available EcoBoost engine technology.
Wow, this car can go. It blew the competition away for me. Ford is totally on my radar now.
Now it's your turn to take the EcoBoost Challenge at your Arizona Ford dealers. During the final days, get up to $1,000 challenge cash on top of all other offers. Choose the stylish Fusion, the versatile Escape, or the powerful F-150. But hurry, it's only for a limited time. Visit your Arizona Ford dealers or go to yourlocalforddealers.com. 2014 Ford vehicles. Excludes C-Max, Transit Connect, and Focus Electric ST and S. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by 6/2/14. See dealer for residency restrictions and details.
You're listening to Racing Radio with Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. Once again, I'm your host, Mike Stanhope, looking ahead on this edition of Laptime Live to next Saturday's round number 8 of the 2014 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. And joining us on the phone this morning, Brawley's Sean Callens, driver of the 33C IMCA Sport Mod. And good morning to you, Sean.
Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, having a great one, Sean. Thank you so much for taking some time with us today. And just want to start off, first of all, one final congratulations to you on a nice win last week.
Oh, thank you very much. It was real exciting.
Well, you looked like you were having a heck of a good time in Victory Lane afterwards. Took a lot to finally get you to that point. Something that's been coming for quite some time now.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work, a lot of long nights, and asking a lot of people for different advice and help, and it's finally paid off.
Feel like you felt something specific with the car or with yourself as a driver, or a combination?
You know, the car probably a little bit, not a whole lot there, because, I mean, obviously it's a great car. It was Ty Rocker's car, but I think the Sunday practice that I had would have been about 3 weeks ago now. It did worlds for me as far as experience and staying consistent, and that's probably my biggest turning point.
Yeah, so you've kind of felt like you were right there throughout the year, just that one little thing kind of getting you over the top there.
Yeah, just a little bit more seat time and just being out there by myself and trying new things that I know there'd be no consequence for, really, in case there's other guys out there I couldn't hurt them. Just trying new stuff.
Bit of history for that win last Saturday. First time a Sport Mod running the open engine package is taking a win here. Got to feel kind of good about that as well.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that until Ty had said something, and yeah, that's great. I'm glad. I mean, I know the crate motor is a great package, but that the claim motor sometimes is more affordable. Not this particular claim motor, but yeah, it feels good to get a win finally for a claim motor.
Well, nice again to see you in Victory Lane. Want to talk Origins for just a second. You've been at this now for roughly 4 or 5 years. How did you initially get your start? And obviously, we've seen you on track before in the street stock division prior to the move to the Sport Mods.
Oh, man, it's been a long while. I think back in, 2005 or 6, my buddy Brent Asher's got a pure stock down here in Imperial Valley. And that's just pretty much all it took. I just had to find a car after that and go have fun. It's just an amazing sport.
Particular thing that ultimately led you to go away from the full-bodied cars and into the ranks of the Sport Mods?
I just saw the new class, and I kind of liked the idea. I always wanted to drive a modified, but never thought I'd have enough courage or talent to drive an A-Mod, and they made a Sport Mod, so... This is a great class for me. It's more affordable and good competition, great clean drivers out there. So, man, what can you ask for?
It's been a lot of fun to watch the developments of the Sport Mod division during 2014 so far as virtually every one of you guys that I get the great good fortune to call races for, everybody seems to be stepping up all at the same time.
Yeah, no, it's great. There's 5 or 6 guys out there that could win any given night, which is awesome.
Well, what are your impressions of what you see happening competition-wise right now as we're, really into the meat of the season now?
Well, obviously, Timmy Reese is the guy to follow. We're all chasing him. He's amazing at what he does. He's getting better. He's fast. And, you have Chris Toth out there. He's great. Everybody's doing really well. It's fun to watch, and it's great to be a part of it. It's good fun out there, good driving.
Hey, and one of the best seats in the house behind the wheel of a race car. We're talking with Brawley's Sean Callens, driver of the 33C IMCA Sport Mod, our special guest today here on Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live Racing Radio here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. Brought to you by Cocopah Casino, and we'll continue our conversation with Sean in just a moment.
Need to order stickers? SignPro can produce custom stickers with your logo or business information. Give them to your customers or label your equipment for a great professional look. That's SignPro, 783-7776, or stop by 1702 South Arizona Avenue. SignPro, where they are perfect to the letter.
You just can't do better. The SignPro sign. America comes to SignPro.
Welcome to Sugar Bowl. What can I get you?
Cones, floats, sundaes. Wow, lots to choose from. Oh, hi, I'm Jim from APS.
Hey, Jim. Yeah, our customers like options.
Ours too. That's why we offer rebates like $245 off on energy-efficient AC units. You'll stay cool and save money on your energy bill.
Thanks for the inside scoop, Jim.
One good scoop deserves another.
You've got options. Find them all at aps.com/options. Program funded by APS customers and approved by the Arizona Corporation Commission.
Now you can enjoy the freedom of Clear Talk.
A whole lot faster. Introducing 4G LTE on the Clear Talk Wireless Network.
Get 4 lines of uncapped 4G LTE for as low as $40 a month per line. Or upgrade your current Clear Talk smartphone plan to 4G for as low as $5 more per month. Visit ClearTalkWireless.com to speed up your plan today. Clear Talk. More value, more freedom.
Don't miss a single second of baseball action this season with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Tune in for the crack of the bat, every home run, and every out. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks on Outlaw Country AM 1400 all season long. Root for your home team. Just turn on your radio and we'll bring the game to you right here on Outlaw Country, where we're rattling with excitement. This message is from the Outlaw Country Promotions Department. You may win once every 30 days and only one winner per household. Winners must be at least 18 years old unless we tell you otherwise. Contests are open to everyone except staff of Outlaw Country, their immediate families, contest sponsors, and other media outlets. Prizes must be picked up within 30 days of winning and may be picked up during business hours at 949 South Avenue B. Copies of contest rules are available at the station or on our website, outlawcountry1400.com. Thanks for listening and good luck from Outlaw Country.
Can you tell if these vegetables are being contaminated with bacteria that could cause paralysis?
Listen. Can you? You can't see it either. Use different cutting boards so that the bacteria in raw meats and seafood and their juices doesn't touch prep surfaces for other foods, like veggies. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safer by separating raw meats and seafood from other foods. Learn more about this and other important information. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. That's foodsafety.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
It's Racing Radio here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live. And we continue our conversation now this morning with Brawley's Sean Callens, driver of the 33C IMCA Sport Mod. And Sean, as we go into action next Saturday, you set 7th in the Sport Mod standings, and that's partially a consequence of you having had to miss a couple of races earlier on in the year. Breaking into the top 5, perhaps a goal for you going forward?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You know, I never press myself to make every race because I have a family, young family. My wife works, and if I have to do something, I go ahead and do it. I'll miss a race. I hate to do it, but I will. It's no big deal.
Well, hey, family always has to come first, as do our daily responsibilities, and you've got some big ones that way as well.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I've been in agriculture my whole life. I farm on my own and have now for about 8 years, and then I own a hay contracting company with a buddy. We've been going for almost 4 years now and been real successful with that. So yeah, day-to-day is pretty busy.
Well, continued prosperity to you on those most important of levels. Up and down the divisions, you and the rest of the Sport Mod competitors have been laying down some laps the last few weeks that have, frankly, they've been among the fastest we've seen in a long time. Do you feel like more of that is still coming?
Yeah, you know, it seems like the track's just getting better and better. I know these next few races with the drier, dry weather, the heat, we may get some dry slicks like we did last weekend. So I don't know if that'll happen, but I think going into the fall, yeah, you're going to see some fast laps. The track's it's in great shape.
And of course, the additional seat time for all of you, the continuing development on your own cars, that's got to play into it too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, heck, I think for my first few times in a Sport Mod to now, I'm probably a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds faster, and that has to deal with the car setup and myself as well. So, yeah, everyone's getting faster.
You know, it's really cool to watch different driving styles out on track because oftentimes those different styles make for even more mix-up and more mixing it up, lots of on-track excitement. How would you sum up your approach?
I think I'm a little more conservative than most because I'm a self-funded race team, and I don't really want to mess my stuff up. And I mean, I'll drive harder at times, but I'm really more of a, I want to have fun. I do it just for fun, and I don't really want to be working on the car every single weekend. So I take a little more conservative approach to it.
And as we've heard said before, sometimes slowing down and taking that conservative approach is the key to going faster.
Yeah, no, it sure feels like it, taking it easy, just keeping your tires hooked up, and puts down some pretty fast lap times.
Can you tell us a little bit about people who have inspired you, who make you want to continue racing?
Like I said, Brent Ashurst has been probably the first person that's got me wanting to do it, and his cousin Andrew Loper, who's his pit crew, has kind of kept my inspiration going through the years when I get discouraged. But more recently, Russell Allen's helped me a lot with setup and just helping me with different ideas. And then, also Lance Marty, who built the car, has helped me a tremendous amount. He helped me a lot at that practice, which, I mean, is probably the whole reason I won. So, I thank those two guys more recently for all the help.
Hey, I'll tell you what, the relationships that we see on an ongoing basis out at the track, perhaps my favorite parts of being involved with all of this. It's just great to watch the sharing of knowledge, the sharing of information, and the friendships that develop as a result.
Yeah. for sure. I think if I didn't race, I'd still go probably every time I could just to go hang out in the pits and talk to these guys and pick their brain on what knowledge they're coming across and different ideas they're trying. It's amazing to see all the technology that goes into these race cars that don't really look like a whole lot.
More than good way to find a good time out at the racetrack, and hanging in the pits, never a bad thing to do. Hey, you get a front row view, as we talked about earlier, of action that's been pretty incredible all year. What would you say to the casual fan who's maybe not been out to watch you guys race as of yet?
You just got to make your way out. It's an amazing thing. I don't know if it's as exciting for them as it is for us, but I know I've been a fan many times, at different venues where I didn't have a car or couldn't bring one or wasn't in the class. And I think it's just as exciting to watch sometimes. You get to have a good time, be with your friends, and see all the action from up above in the high seats.
Great way to spend a Saturday night. Any shout-outs we can do for you this morning? People, businesses who help make it possible for you to race?
I have a lot of friends that help me. I'm the only person that financially has anything to do with my race car, because I don't like asking people for help because sometimes it's foolish. But Steve McCall has helped me a bunch with my racing. Started when we started Sport Mod. He's been there for me, teaching me how to do stuff, set the car up. Like I said, Lance Murray, Russell Allen, Ty Rogers has helped me. It is his car, and that's helped me a lot. So, yeah, those are the people that have helped me.
Well, Sean, we want to thank you very much for taking time out of your Saturday morning to visit with us today here on Laptime Live, and best to you next Saturday.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, you have a great morning, Sean, and thank you again.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Brawley's Sean Callens, driver of the 33C IMCA Sport Modified, just one of the stars of the Cocopah Speedway Racing Series, aiming for action again next Saturday night. Round number 8 of the 2014 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series coming up just 1 week from tonight at the Diamond in the Desert. As always, gates will open up at 5 p.m. with racing hitting the clay at 7 p.m. And in the week ahead, make sure you stop by www.cocopahspeedway.com. You can take a look at the updated point standings, learn more about all the drivers in competition at Cocopah Speedway. Plus, you'll find lots of other specialized racing content, including a look ahead to the full 2014 schedule, and it is a big one. You'll also find probably the easiest way to get into Cocopah Speedway right there on the website, with the option for online ticketing, along, of course, with advanced tickets in person at the Cocopah Casino gift shop and at Yuma area Napa Auto Parts stores. There's also handy links for online scoring or race lineups and more. Again, you'll find it all at cocopahspeedway.com, and also make sure you check out the new special Winter Heat tab, where updates will be coming throughout the year on the Winter Heat Sprint Car Showdown. The best 410 wing sprint car drivers in the country getting together for 4 huge nights of racing the first 2 weekends, January 2015. You can follow the showdown on Twitter at twitter.com/Cocopah Showdown and on Facebook at facebook.com Winter Heat Sprint Car Showdown. Bookmark those sites and, of course, CocopahSpeedway.com for all the lowdown on the showdown. I'd like to say thanks once again to Sean Callens for taking time out to talk with us today. Set for action next Saturday night in the Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. Again, gates will open up at 5 with racing underway at 7 p.m. next Saturday out at the Diamond in the Desert. You've been listening to Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino. We'll be back with more next Saturday morning, 11 a.m., here on Outlaw Country AM 1400.